The Tai Chi master began in the late Southern Song dynasty, a time when the Central Plains were frequently invaded by foreign countries. A foreign tribe called Di was seen attacking a city in the Central Plains. But despite their ferocious appearance, the tribe was quite adept at using war tactics. So, instead of battering rams to destroy the gates, they chose to send soldiers into the city by throwing them with catapults. And then, when the flying soldiers opened the city gates, the rest of the soldiers outside burst into the city, where they wreaked havoc and massacred the enemy soldiers. The Song army led by General Wei Lin Xuan tried to fend off the enemy, but they were outnumbered, making it difficult for them to deal with the invaders. Fortunately, a man named Zhang Junbao helped the city's soldiers against the Di tribal forces at this critical time. Junbao is a student of the Wuxia martial sect who is good at fighting, allowing him to defeat enemy troops with relative ease. And in this battle, he did not fight alone. He was assisted by his martial sect mate, Shimei, who was reliable in fighting despite her young age. The war continued fiercely, and slowly but surely, the Song army was able to turn things around thanks to Junbao's help. At some point in the battle, a female warrior from the enemy camp challenged Lin Xuan to fight. Seeing Lin Xuan was having a bit of trouble fighting his opponent, Junbao then decided to help him. Not long after they fought, that female warrior suddenly retreated. It was because she wasn't really aiming for victory over Junbao. She had a special mission to steal something from him, and after she managed to get it, she went straight to the tribal leader, Prince Di, and handed over the object. It turned out to be the key that could break the seal that bound the Demon Sect master. Indeed, from the very beginning, Prince Di launched this attack so that he could steal the key from Junbao, who was entrusted with holding it. And so, because he had obtained the object he was after, Prince Di ordered all his army to retreat. But while they were all retreating, two tribal warriors decided to kidnap Shimei before they escaped from the city. Fortunately, Junbao heard Shimei's cries for help, and as soon as he realized that she was kidnapped, he jumped on the horses and chased them into the Forbidden Forest. But shortly after they entered the Forbidden Forest, the horse they were riding suddenly stopped and pranced in fear, sending both riders to the ground. It didn't take long to figure out why the horses were scared. There was a giant creature stalking them from a distance. They didn't know what it was, but it must be dangerous. The forest was completely silent as they watched their surroundings, waiting for the creature to appear. But suddenly, one of them was pulled to the ground. It turned out to be a giant caterpillar, and it was now targeting the one remaining soldier. Fortunately, when the giant caterpillar grabbed the soldier, Junbao came just in time to save Shimei. He then tries to fight the monster, then a woman comes out of nowhere and tames it. The woman, Yuer, explained that the forest was the territory of her pet giant caterpillar, and Junbao shouldn't have entered the forest without permission. But since he was forced to enter it to save Shimei, she was willing to let him go this time as long as they left immediately. Meanwhile, within the city walls, Wei Lin Xuan went to a city official to inquire about the reinforcements. But the official nonchalantly replied that the reinforcements would never arrive, much to his surprise. He tried to explain to the official the situation they were currently facing. Even if they managed to defend the city now, they wouldn't be able to survive without help if the enemy continued to attack in the future. But the official remained unmoved. He was even annoyed that Lin Xuan interrupted his lunch. At this moment, Lin Xuan realized he would not be able to change the official's mind. So, without further ado, he withdrew and let the official continue his lunch. Even so, he couldn't help but feel uneasy at the thought of the kingdom's dire state. Then Junbao met Lin Xuan to invite him to drink some wine. They were indeed childhood friends. It's just Junbao was more interested in entering the martial arts college, while Lin Xuan preferred to enlist in the military. And now, after seeing his best friend's prowess in fighting, he thought of taking Junbao into the army. He believes his presence on the battlefield can help the kingdom defend its territory from enemy attacks. But unfortunately, Junbao rejected his offer outright, arguing that he had no interest in being on the battlefield all the time. And he still refused even though Lin Xuan had begged him. The scene then shows Junbao visiting an old man imprisoned for the past 12 years. The old man was none other than the great enemy of the Wuxia sect, and the figure Prince Di wanted to free the Demon Sect master, Kui Tianxing. Junbao had often come to the prison to ask Tianxing to teach him the fighting techniques of the Demon Sect in exchange for wine. The Wuxia sect forbade the students to learn and practice Demon Sect moves, but Junbao didn't care. Moreover, the day of the sect leader's selection ceremony will be held soon. He felt the new moves would be useful for him to win the selection. No other candidate would have thought he would use it. Indeed, the selection of the leader in the Wuxia sect required the candidates to compete in the arena, and whoever wins the selection is the one who will become the new sect leader. When the selection day arrived, the second senior student became the strongest candidate to become the new leader, especially after successfully defeating the other participants. But just as he was about to be sworn in, Junbao, the first senior student, finally appeared at the last second, forcing the fight to continue. It didn't take much effort for Jun Bao to defeat his opponent. He could trounce his opponent with a single demonic move he had learned. The sect elders didn't like to see his technique. They denounced him, warning him never to learn and use the skills of the Demon Sect again. But here, Jun Bao argued that one could learn any martial arts because there was no such thing as a noble or evil technique. What matters is the heart and intention of the user, not the technique. But the elders ignored the principle because all they cared about was their own ideology. As a result, the event was disbanded because both parties insisted on their respective views. After everyone left, Jun Bao chose to relax while joking with Shimei. But a moment later, the smile on his face disappeared as he realized the key to the prison the sect master had entrusted to him was missing. At first, it made him worried and panicked. But now, he no longer thought about it. Meanwhile, at the Demon Sect headquarters, Yuer, daughter of Tian Xing, who temporarily replaced her father as sect leader, was furious after learning that the sect members were secretly cooperating with the D tribe. And now, the D tribe came directly to her, asking for her cooperation in destroying the wuxia sect that had always protected the city. If she was willing to help them, Prince D would give her the key to free her father. Yet, Yuer refused to be their ally. And as soon as she declared her refusal, one of Prince D's men immediately attacked her with a deadly blow. Her subordinates knew the poison would kill her in 3 days if she left untreated, but they didn't move an inch to help her, as they had already shifted their loyalty to Prince D. She realized that she had no hope if she fought against them alone. So, she chose to run away. The next afternoon, Jun Bao did his daily routine by walking around while drinking wine. And after walking so far, he found Yuer leaning against a bamboo tree. Her condition worsens because of the poison that has spread to her body. But fortunately, Jun Bao, as a senior in the sect, always traveled with wuxia-style yin-yang pills that were effective in curing all kinds of poisons. Then he gave it to her. Slowly but surely, the poison in her body disappeared after she drank the medicine. Later that night, the combined forces of the D tribe and the Demon Sect finally attacked the wuxia sect headquarters to free Tian Xing. And worse, there wasn't a single person from the wuxia sect who could stop them. As a result, the attackers could free him without encountering significant obstacles. At the same time as the attack happened, Jun Bao was chatting with Yuer, who had recovered. Shimei told him what had happened at their base, and he finally rushed back there. But unfortunately, he came too late. All the students and elders had been slaughtered, including the sect leader. But before he breathed his last, the leader gave Jun Bao a plaque of sect leader, saying that he and Shimei were the last descendants of the wuxia sect. Therefore, they must survive and continue to live by upholding goodness. As the days passed, Jun Bao finally realized that the key he was holding was stolen by the D tribe warrior while they were fighting. But even if he realized that now, it was already too late. He could not turn back time or bring back all his comrades and elders who had been killed because of his carelessness. All he can do now is carry out the last message from the leader: move on and do good in life. Then when night came, Tian Xing, who had been freed, met his daughter, Yuer, and asked her to return to the sect with him. But of course, she did not immediately accept his invitation. Instead, she informs him of the betrayal of their people in favor of the D tribe, who she suspects are planning to use her father's power to rule the country after eliminating the wuxia sect. But apparently, Tian Xing didn't really care about all that. He still holds a grudge against the entire kingdom, particularly the 8 martial arts sects that tried to eliminate the Demon Sect simply because his martial teachings were out of the ordinary 12 years ago. His wife even had to sacrifice herself to save Yuer back then. Even so, Tian Xing returned to headquarters to warn his members who had betrayed the sect and almost got Yuer killed. But he is interrupted by the arrival of the masked man from the D tribe, who demands that he cooperate with the tribe in eradicating the 8 sects. He insisted that Tian Xing owed the tribe a favor, so he had no right to refuse their request. Unexpectedly, Tian Xing responded by throwing a sword at him, but the sword can be caught and bent easily by the masked man. On the other hand, Jun Bao, who held a grudge against the Demon Sect, finally decided to ask the heads of the 8 sects for help while gathering for a meeting. However, after he gave his greetings and told them the purpose of his arrival, none of the 8 chiefs responded. It was because they had all been killed by Tian Xing, who then appeared in front of Jun Bao. Enraged, Jun Bao directly attacked the Demon Sect master, and a fight ensued. Fortunately, when he was about to lose to Tian Xing, Yuer came to stop their fight before telling her father that Jun Bao had saved her life before. Hearing that fact, Tian Xing couldn't help but let go of him. But just as he and Yuer were about to leave, the masked man reappeared and blocked the exit, forcing him to fight. After exchanging attacks for only a few moments, Tian Xing lost the fight. Seeing Tian Xing lose, Jun Bao took his place and fought the masked man. But he was also no match for the masked man, even though he managed to remove the mask. And how surprised he was when he saw the face behind the mask. It turned out to be his childhood friend, General Wei Lin Chuan. This is where it was finally revealed that the person who stole the key was Lin Chuan, who threw it at the female warrior. He did that betrayal because he was fed up with the corrupt officials who seemed to no longer care about the fate of the people and soldiers, those who allowed the invaders to enter the empire's territory. Yet, Lin Chuan was still willing to give Junbao a chance to follow him. Together, they can conquer the world. The offer was rejected by him. He thought if he had rejected Lin Chuan before, why should he accept him now, when he looked like a dangerous lunatic? Shimei was also annoyed with Lin Chuan, and she wanted to shut his mouth by killing him. But unfortunately, he was able to thwart her attacks with ease. He even strangled and poisoned the poor girl. Seeing that, Junbao tried to help her by beating Lin Chuan repeatedly. But that too ended in vain. In fact, it was he who was beaten by Lin Chuan. At this point, Tianxing seemed to realize that they would not be able to win against that monster. So, he called a giant caterpillar and told him to take Yuer, Junbao, and Shimei away while he tried to fight Lin Chuan with his remaining strength. But he ended up dying at the hands of Lin Chuan. The tragedy still continues, however. Shortly after they escaped, Shimei could no longer endure the poison, and she died in Junbao's arms. The next day, Junbao seemed to be trying to calm himself down near Shimei's grave. But the enemy seemed to refuse to give him a chance to rest, and this time he had to face the two main warriors of the Demon Sect at once. And they attacked him mercilessly until one of their attacks sent him flying into the river. But here, Junbao finally got the peace he needed. He remembered the words of the sect leaders, Yuer, Tianxing, and Lin Chuan, giving him inspiration on what to do. Then suddenly, two fish representing yin and yang swam around him. And somehow, it made him able to awaken by mastering all wuxia techniques and dark Tai Chi. Then, with his newfound power, he defeated two of his enemies. The scene then leads us to Prince D praising Lin Chuan's work. Their strategy and strength crushed the 8 major sects that played a dominant role in the country. Tomorrow, Prince D would begin his assault on the Central Plains and wanted Lin Chuan to be one of the army's leaders. But Lin Chuan didn't want to be Prince D's subordinate because he already had his own plans. With that, he then finished off the members of the tribe and attacked the prince. A moment later, Junbao and Yuer finally arrived to end things. Even so, he still gave Lin Chuan one chance to repent. But Lin Chuan ignored his pleas, refusing to admit his guilt. He was already hurt after the world betrayed him. And so, their dispute had to be settled by a duel. But just as they were fighting, the giant caterpillar suddenly appeared to help Yuer. Seeing the caterpillar sparked an idea in Lin Chuan's mind. He realized that Junbao's strength had greatly increased. So, he needs something so that he can grow stronger. And the giant caterpillar had something he needed. Then, without wasting time, he jumped on top of the caterpillar and stabbed it with his bare hands to get its heart. He believes that eating the heart can multiply his strength somehow. In the end, Lin Chuan still lost to Junbao. In the afterlife, he might regret eating the poor caterpillar's heart. At the end of the film, Junbao and Yuer decide to go their separate ways. She would look for a place where she could continue living in peace, whereas Junbao was seen walking toward the hills. The moral that can be learned from this movie is, if you want to be strong, just eat the heart of a giant caterpillar. Well, don't. Seriously, that's disgusting.